to get the landmarks.
Welcome to Durbania. I'm Rapthorn.
I'm Durbin.
And today we're doing a trailer talk on Independence Day, the second trailer.
Yes! I cannot wait to see Independence Day Resurgence.
Resurgence. That's it.
That's what it's called.
Good.
You know, honestly, I don't expect a lot from this movie to begin with, but Independence Day to me, like, is one of my favorite childhood movies. Not like the favorite, but just one of my favorite. That to this day, when I watch it, like, if you're looking for something deep in a movie like Independence Day, deep writing, deep plot, deep this, no, you've gone to the wrong movie. So, off the get-go, this trailer, the second trailer, is giving me already what I expect.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a massive thing of CGI with a ton of explosions and aliens.
I don't think you're going to be able to match Will Smith punching out an alien.
Welcome to Earth.
And I'm very sad he's not in this movie.
Yeah, so Will Smith is dead, and we find out...
Not in real life.
Not in real life. Will Smith's character. We find that out in this trailer. Now, we do see his son,
Yeah.
who is also a pilot. So they've done the son filling his dad's shoes.
There's a lot of things in this movie that look really interesting to me. First off, the alien tech. We now have it. I think that is an awesome plot. I like, number one, this is real time. Like, they're like, 20 years ago in 1996. So we're looking at 2016, but kind of one of those fictional histories, an alternate history. And you know what? I really like it when movies do that. Yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing, okay, because for whatever reason, when Independence Day ended, I never thought about the fact that all those ships were there on Earth and they had this technology that it can now reverse engineer. Yeah. So now I'm looking forward to seeing that, because in this trailer, it looks like this huge futuristic world and stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing the world and how the world has changed just by the tech alone.
Right. Now, one of the characters in this movie, Dr.
Oaken. Yes, Data from Star Trek, by the way. Yeah.
We thought he was dead.
Yes! Now, just to give you a refresher, in the 1996 movie, he's the guy doing operation on the alien that they knew was alive, but they thought it was unconscious. And then it, like, wrapped its tentacles around its throat, slammed him up against that window, and kind of spoke through him, and it was so creepy. So creepy.
Super creepy.
But when it let him go, like, I mean, they took his pulse and everything. They just, I mean, I guess they didn't officially say he's dead. But you really get the assumption that he's dead.
Yeah.
So he's in this trailer.
Yeah. And at first I was like, okay, well, maybe they figured out a tech to bring people back to life.
That would just be cheap.
That would be cheap, and then Will Smith would actually be in the movie if they did that.
That's true.
Now, one of the things that my logical brain looked at was when this huge thing hits Earth. Like, something that big is like world ending.
Yes.
Like, either cracks the world in half, throws it off its axis. Like, something that big is... Because when they say, you know, it's landing off the Atlantic or in the Atlantic. And
where in the Atlantic?
Where? All of it.
That's pretty big. But don't forget to take this into account. And the first Independence Day, remember they shot the beam down and everything exploded? Mm-hmm. Do you remember Will Smith's girl running through the tunnel and how slow the fire was coming at her?
Oh, yeah.
You know, in real life, it's an explosion. They would have... So my point with this is, I don't feel like we should expect the physics in this movie to be accurate either. It wasn't accurate in the first one. I don't think it's going to be accurate in this one. So, you know, you could have something the size of the Atlantic crashing into the Earth, and it probably won't put a dent in the Earth if they just keep up the weird physics they had in the other one.
Probably. Now, there is a scene in this movie where we do see, like, a bunch of aliens, like, they're like, oh, they're screaming, and it's like, no, they're celebrating. I am excited to see more aliens, because in the last one, we did see a few. This one, it looks like we're going to see more of the aliens.
And one's huge!
Oh my gosh! Like, we see this huge foot thing, like, oh my gosh.
There was one thing when I saw that foot thing, though. It reminded me of the new Godzilla, the creature that Godzilla fights, the Mothra ripoff.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't remind me a ton of that, but it reminded me enough. I went, well, it's Independence Day. Who cares?
Right?
Yeah, it's like, we're going to get a big alien. One of the things I loved about this trailer is I feel like they're keeping the same kind of humor from the first one. Like, David's character was one of my favorites, especially when he and Will Smith were together. Like, their chemistry and rapport, and I feel like with Liam Hemsworth, we're going to get the return to that rapport because, I mean, you have that scene in the trailer where he's like, the ship has its own gravity and everything's floating up, which, that was awesome. And then everything starts to come down, and Liam Hemsworth's like, well, shouldn't we be worried? And David's like, yeah. And it was just the way he said it. And then that last shot, I think it's like either the last shot or close to the last shot of the trailer, where he's like, they really like to hit those world monuments. And to me, I was just like, yep, there it is. That's David. That is David from the first Independence Day. I like the fact that they're keeping, like, true to the characters. And even when you see President Whitmore, which is super fast, I mean, he seemed to me the same guy, even though he's got a beard now. He's Santa Claus Whitmore, but he's still generally the same. But, you know, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot that I'm looking forward to. I feel like, from what I could see in this trailer, they haven't messed with the formula. And I'm kind of excited to see that because, to me, I'm not going to go into this looking for an Academy Award winner or anything deep. It's Independence Day. If you saw the Independence Day trailer, what did you think of it? Make sure to let us know in the comments if it makes you want to see this movie more or less. So let us know that. Also, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
I'm Rapthorn.
I'm Durbin.
Thanks for checking out Durbania.